Now, welcome to a joint review of The Last Airbender movie that came out a little over a decade ago now, and I had never seen it, as well as some trailer talk. We just had a new trailer for Avatar drop yesterday, so the Netflix series, this time. So it's going to be me and Naboo as usual, though Naboo's voice is, well, let's let him hear it.
It's still pretty much gone.
So it's going to be a lot of me talking, which is kind of the usual, I think.
I hope.
A lot of rambling. So yeah, we watched the Airbender movie, Last Airbender movie, I guess.
Yep.
Because you were just kind of down and sick, so you made yourself feel worse.
Yeah, I forgot how bad it was.
I don't know that it was like
Horrible?
Like I've heard so many people talk about this as if it was like an abomination or
It is an abomination.
or like blasphemy.
They couldn't even get the character names right.
That I knew it was like we were in for something bad or not really good when they couldn't even say Avatar right at the start of it.
Avatar.
The Avatar. I was
The
like,
Avatar.
What? And Ong and Uncle Iroh. It's like,
Iroh.
who are
Yep.
these guys? Like, what's going on here?
It's like the cheap knockoff version.
It did feel like the Walmart version of.
Soka.
So yeah,
Soka instead of Sokka.
Every time she said Soka, I was like thinking Ahsoka.
I know.
But no, I didn't think it was like horrible. Like,
It was too rushed. So rushed that they had to put in a narrator.
well, sometimes you do that for these like
Too
epic
rushed.
fantasy things. I thought it did feel like the first season just like completely smashed into like I think it was only an hour 40 minutes,
Yeah.
which is really strange because you would think you would want to kind of go 2+ hours, right? Mm-hmm. Because what this really misses is any kind of characterization. It's just like one scene to the next. Like if you had to summarize the story of the first season, that's what you're doing here, and you're never really getting to know anybody, which I think was the biggest problem for me. So you take another 20, even 30 minutes, make this like a 2-hour, 10-minute movie, get some characterization, maybe put a couple more key scenes in there. And I don't think it's terrible. I don't think this is like the worst thing ever.
Maybe.
I guess I'm trying to be very.
You're being nice.
I'm very, very kind to it because I don't know why I'm being kind to it because I was expecting. I think the problem is considering again everything I've heard about this movie. I thought it was going to be just like really bad, and it was only really bad.
He didn't even have a blue arrow. They just gave him some tats.
They did give him tats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. They lacked so much of the basic story and just like rushed through plot points without explaining anything. It was bad that way.
Well, I mean, you want the characters to do that, right? And like there was some like raw exposition at points where it's like, we need to go here because you need to do this so this can happen, and then they would go do it and it would happen, and you're like, well, that's not the storytelling you want to see.
Well, we were missing like the soul of any of the characters too.
That's what I'm saying. There's no characterization. It's just like if I had never seen this show, I would watch this and be like, who are these? What is going on? Who are these characters? What is the point of any of this? Am I supposed to feel something watching this? Because I didn't.
There was no personality in anybody.
Yeah. I only felt a little something because I knew the characters and knew what they were going for. So, like, there was that, like, oh, yeah, it's so sad that, Soka is going to lose his girlfriend at the end, and stuff like that.
But like I said, even that, I was lacking a lot of heart because they just didn't
Well, no, there was no real
show anything.
It was just like, hey, I like you. Let's, like, be girlfriend and boyfriend, kind of, and it's going to be real great. And I'm going to bring you back, and my grandma's going to ask you questions, and that was, like, the lead into her telling her the story, or him the story, and, yeah, this wasn't the best writing ever.
The characterization of Ong was horrible. He had none of his fun
who's
juvenile
Ong?
Spirit that is, like, essential to him in the Nickelodeon show.
No, he was like he was very weird at first because he's like just all quiet and kind of like angry in a way.
He's too serious.
Yeah. No, he's never really all that serious.
Aang understands things and he does have a serious side, but he is very playful. He's still very young and they don't get that across at all.
No.
Even the trailer though for the newest trailer for the new show really showed that he's still a kid. He's still playful even though he has a huge responsibility.
Yeah, the new trailer certainly feels like these characters. It just right away feels a lot better. It looks better. Like, though I didn't think it looked bad. I think if you had to give it one category where I think they did pretty good, I would say it's the visuals. I did feel like that was kind of like an Avatar-ish world.
Yeah.
I don't think it was bad. I don't think like the bending looked that bad either. Maybe I'm crazy.
You're not. It didn't look horrible.
Yeah, I mean, did it like capture the spirit and the essence of the TV, the animated show? No, but I still think it looked good for in isolation. There, I think it looked fine, though it doesn't hold a candle to what Netflix looks like it's doing. That looked really incredible. The news trailer,
and it looks like they captured the spirit of these characters.
Yeah, which is what you got to do. I mean, I know like I think the original creators like left this project, which makes me a little leery. But after One Piece, which I absolutely loved on Netflix, like I have so much high hopes for this. Though in that case, I know the original creator was like heavily involved, and it's like, no, you're not changing things. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little worried about that. But certainly, it's better than what M. Night Shyamalan did. Written, directed, and produced by him. I like that. That was like the first thing. Like the movie's over, the credits pop up, and he's like, it's like he was proud of it. Like, yes, I wrote, directed,
Kathleen
and
Kennedy
produced
got
it.
producing
She
credits
did,
on
yes,
this too.
she did. Everybody always talks about how many great movies she's been a part of. Well, yeah, some duds too, I'd say.
I think Netflix was 100% right in making these like 8-hour-long episodes rather than go, hey, we'll just give you a movie. I think it needs the space. I mean, you can't take a first season of this show and turn it into just one movie. It didn't work.
No, it's too much. It's way too much stuff. And like I said, you're just completely missing characterization in favor of just getting the plot going. And I mean, even if you'd done like the first half of the Book of Water, I don't know that a movie even works in that case. No. It's just so much. They're
missing way too much.
Because one of the things I found very impressive about the show was like there's no wasted episodes. Okay, a couple here and there. You're like, well, you don't see that one. That's fine. But it really felt like everything always kept the story going, kept the characters going. You learned more. Every episode feels like another piece of the puzzle. And so if you're going to try to make a movie out of that, it's really hard when it was so beautifully done in the series.
I mean, one thing that really disappointed me in the movie is they tried to talk bad about, Uncle Iroh because the failed siege of Ba Sing Se, but in the movie, they never showed you Ba Sing Se, so you never understood why.
Yeah.
Whereas in the animated show and in this upcoming show, you do see Ba Sing Se. You understand how come this city was so hard for them to try and take.
Yeah, and I will say Uncle Iroh, whatever we're going to call him.
Let's call him by his real name.
Okay, Uncle Iroh. Like, I will say that despite the fact that I don't think they nailed the look of the character, you could feel his care and concern.
Yeah.
Yes. You could feel his care and concern for his nephew. That actually came across pretty well, especially when you know where the arc is going with that. So I actually think that's one of the few things that I'm like, they got that right. They did that well.
They didn't do horribly with Zuko either. They didn't get the look right again, though. No,
well, it's not all going to be perfect, right?
Right. I did like the Blue Spirit fight.
Yeah, that was good. See, there's some, there's high points.
Yes, the Blue Spirit fight was visually appealing. It was interesting to watch. I still think they're going to do it better.
Yeah.
On Netflix. Then again, we have had time for them to do this better. It's been a long time since we've gotten a live-action Avatar.
Yeah, I can't believe that movie's like, I think 2010 or 11, was it?
The show was like 2005.
Yeah.
It's been nearly 10 years. If they would wait one more year, it could have been the 10th anniversary.
20th.
Whatever.
It's all right. The illness is affecting your mathematical skills.
As well as everything else.
Yeah. You've been in rough shape. But here you are, plugging away, giving you a review of one of the greatest movies that...
Oh, gosh, no. Horrible movie.
Hey, but at this rate, you'll still be sick Friday, and we'll just sit there all day, and we'll watch Avatar together.
That's not bad.
No, see? So now you're gonna fake it. Because I think you might be getting slightly better.
Slightly better in some respects, but your voice has been, I think, getting worse.
Yeah. And I feel fine, because I don't
Of course you feel fine.
Yeah. There's some anger and resentment there. But anyway.
At least I'm not so squeaky as I was before.
No, you're better that way. But getting back to it, I got really nothing else to say about that movie. I don't think it was as terrible as I expected because I had it so built up to be like this just laughably bad. But it wasn't
good.
Laughably bad. It was bad.
It
was really bad, but not like really, really, really bad.
Not like Morbius, which was so bad it was great.
Yeah, it didn't get to... See, sometimes movies do that. They'll be so bad that you start finding something in them that you, enjoy. or something about them just makes them endearing. This movie didn't have it. It was just like blah and boring and bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
That about sums her up.
Yeah, but the trailer looked incredible for the new one. Yeah.
Show.
Trailer good. Fingers crossed that Netflix doesn't screw this up, because there will be rioting in the streets if they do.
Starting right here.
Yes, we will hand out the pitchforks. Just kidding, we really won't.
I'll bring some candles.
You'll bring the Molotov cocktails.
That's what
you make
I'll
them
do.
in D&D all the time, so why
do.
not?
You
can't make firearms, so you make those instead. And I really can't begrudge you that one.
Well, I thought we were going to have a plan because I had a mage at one time.
Yeah, but the mage died.
Yeah, the mage died because he wanted to bring his other character in. So now I lost my person who was going to start my Molotov cocktails on fire for me. So now it's going to be making a campfire and throwing cocktails.
You were writing a book, 101 Ways to Use the Bonfire Spell, too.
Oh my gosh, so many ways.
Yeah, and you sunk a ship with acid splash, too.
Oh my god, that was fun. Do you want to tell them the stories, like the bonus?
No.
Come on, it's the bonus for people who stayed.
Yeah.
So, okay, there was a ship.
See, you'll talk for this, yeah.
Yeah, there was a ship of orcs, and they were leaving the island we were on.
Yes.
We had stealthily gotten to, and we were worried about the ship of orcs coming back. So I had a flask.
Well, you were worried about them getting where they wanted to go because they were delivering cargo. Yes.
So what I decided to do was I had extra flasks in my bag, and I did acid splash. I stuck my hand in there and did acid splash a bunch of times to fill up the flask. But I can. It's my cantrip. I can do it at will.
Yes.
So I filled it up with acid. Then I cast Mage Hand, and I had my Mage Hand because I corked up the bottle. Mage Hand went underneath the water, snuck all the way up to the ship, and smashed it against it. Like uncorked it.
Yeah, above the.
Yeah, it uncorked it, and it used its ability, and it splashed acid all over the side of the ship, which then made it burn through, and it took on water, and it sank.
Yes.
And you didn't give me all the experience for all the orcs I killed.
I don't know that you, at level 12 or whatever
I wanted
needed
it
the
anyway.
5 per, you would have probably got there.
I wanted it.
I know you did.
I still want it. I'm going to give myself credit for him.
All right, well, that is our bonus story for the day. Now it's your turn to take to the comments below and give us your review of The Last Airbender, that wonderful movie from a little over a decade ago. Or tell us how excited you are, or maybe are not, for the upcoming Netflix show. Whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Avatar. Not the blue people. We're talking to the elemental people. And until next time, thanks for watching.